The Projet Murat, a Tier 10 French tech tree medium, has been in the game for over 2.5 months, but it hasn't really been receiving the amount of attention as expected, especially when a new tank or a new line has just been introduced prior to the last couple of updates. Which is actually really strange because it kind of correlates to some of the other vehicles that haven't really received much attention as well, like the CI-63, even the BZ-75. Like, you could hardly ever see those tanks in sort of lineups like this, for example. But all I gotta say about the Murat is that it's a really enjoyable vehicle if you know how to master it. Yeah, I do tend to have my fair share of downsides at the same exact time when I'm trying to perfect myself using this vehicle, but at times I really still enjoy it for its play style and for the fact that you have pretty much an impervious turret that the majority of standard and even premium ammunition can get the occasional bounce here and there. So anyways, here we are in our first game. I don't have any support coming with me. That is highly unfortunate. So I swear, it looks like that we have 2 AFKs, which is also highly unfortunate. So, well, we're just going to have to perfect ourselves to the best of our ability and see how we can fare well. You already know it's a direct loss, especially when you have 2 AFKs that possibly there's a chance that they might come alive at the last second. But we'll just have to wait and see till then how this gameplay fares out. So, I am just going to stay put right around over here. We already got a Type 71 spotted off to the side. We also got an E100 as well. Fortunately, bouncing the first one and getting the second shell in the next one. So, that's a good example right there of making up yourself for being a double shot auto-reloading magazine clip, is that you have a spare shell in your magazine in order to get an extra bit of damage out. So, you got the Type once again. We also got the E100, who unfortunately angles his turret. So, we also got the Concept and a beautiful tap into the side of his turret. Alright, so reloading our clip once again in another 7 seconds. Let's see if we can get some more chunkers into these enemies right over here. Oh, wow, they finally end up coming alive, or at least one of them at that matter. We got the Concept, not able to hit him. Also got the Type off to the side. There's one tap into him. He's got to get a nice tap into his lower plate for 419, and then we just back on up. Alright, so reloading once again. Let's see, we got the Concept right off to the side. It looks like that he might angle his turret once again, which he does. Oh, I wasn't reloaded, but apparently enough, I did manage to get that shell out. Alright, so it looks like that he is backing on up. Alright, that's a nice another double shot chunker into the side of him. The gun factors on this thing is actually fairly nice, and I do really like the accuracy combined with that dispersion on this vehicle, as it does tend to somewhat help you in the long run. So we got the E100, nice tap for 282, and he's going to angle his turret all the way. Another nice tap whatsoever. Alright, so reloading our clip once again. 183 gets cleared. That is highly unfortunate. We are just going to be using his dead soldier as cover, but we also got a 121B off to the side. I'm actually going to kind of deal with these guys. Got the grill 15 off to the side. There's one nice tap into the grill. Let's go ahead and quickly use our maneuverability factors. Oh, unfortunately not. Well, he is still going to be spotted, so we're just going to wait. Okay, well, that works too. Alright, that's the beauty of having teammates. Alright, so we're just going to reload our clip right over here. We also have a Tortoise off in the back. Oh, it looks like he's AFK along with that. But I'm not really concerned about a Tortoise, as a 121B is a much bigger threat. So let's go ahead and mosey onward over towards him for the time being. Alright, so it looks like that he did end up firing, so let's go ahead and mosey on through behind him. Nice tap for 298 into his turret, and okay, I must have hesitated a little bit, but that's totally alright. Alright, so here comes the 121B. It looks like he's going to scurry on over to me now, so, which gives me enough time to reload my full clip at that. So 3, 2, 1, and boink. Nice tracking in the process. So, let's go ahead and not able to get an AG into him, which is actually kind of crazy. But you can see that the gun on this thing is a really beneficial factor to hitting the majority of your shells. I mean, look at that. We just did 4,500 just by farming the enemy team. They really didn't know what to expect apart from the long run. But it just goes to show that the Murat can be a deadly target if you know how to use it properly. Especially with that aiming time and dispersion leading us to hitting the majority of our shells. And it also would put us top on the team at that. I will go ahead and demonstrate one more bit of gameplay just to make sure or see if the Murat, apart from my behalf, is still a fairly fun vehicle to play. Apart from that first battle, I gotta say that yes, it is somewhat of a fun and awesome vehicle to play. For the fact that it also has 9 degrees of gun depression, which means you are fairly flexible poking over ridge lines with this one. So if you end up coming across other hold down mediums, you can slightly overmatch them, as you do have solid pen factors as well to get the job done. Let's see what they got in terms of their mediums. It looks like they just have a 54 E1 in terms of that, so let's go ahead and mosey on over here. I am actually going to go to my favorite spot as long as we have some support coming on through to the other side. I'm just going to go ahead all the way wide over here. And what I normally like to do is I like to peck some vehicles that are poking themselves off towards the side right over there. So let's just go ahead and perfect ourselves by doing that. We've got to be slightly careful as our teammates are not necessarily going to be going farther to the left side, apart from where I'm going. So this is a nice spot to chillax right here. So we're just going to kind of wait, unless that the 54 E1 ends up wanting to poke on through. We got the 57 Heavy already spotted off in the side. It looks like that he is in town. We already got a T30 already being dealt with, which is nice. Alright, so the 54 E1 ended up going, looks like over towards mid. So I'm just going to go ahead and head on through right over here, as it looks like that the majority of their vehicles, apart from their enemy lineup, is in town. So that is going to give me an opportunity to mosey on right on through and deal with this T-54 E1 if he's still chillaxing right along over this ridgeline. There he is. All right. Okay, that is a really strange bounce at that, but that's the good news of being a double shot, is that you can make up for that mishap or the misfire on the first shell. Alright, so reloading once again. We got the 54 E1. We also have the VK, and it looks like we can spot the Yo off in the back. Let's go ahead and get a nice tap for 335 into the Yo, and let's go ahead and finish off the T30 while at it, and a beautiful demonstration to the very amazing gun that this vehicle features. So, we got the T-57 Heavy. It looks like that he is eyeballing us at the moment, which is alright. We are able to spot his rear. Unfortunately, not able to get that shell out. But there's another nice tap for 342 to make up for the misfire apart from the first shell. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and mosey on up just a little bit. We're going to wait for our shell to reload, as this 57 Heavy does not really know what he's doing in the process. Also got the 26A version 4. Nice tap for 329 into his vehicle, and let's go ahead and guarantee the pen with a heat shell for 295. So now we're just going to slowly back on up over here. Beautiful. Alright, so we got the 57 Heavy within our line of sight as well. I'm going to wait to reload. It looks like the 26A version 4 is coming back towards the other side. We also got the 57 Heavy moseying on up. Nice max roll of 463, and another one. That is an instant 900 damage brought out of his vehicle once again. Another solid example to where this gun can be very deadly, especially if you hit both of the shells that are present in your clip. Got the 54 E1 that's making a very aggressive maneuver. Apart from that, alright, not able to get that shell out, unfortunately enough. I'm just going to back on up just a little bit, or just wait for this 57 Heavy to maybe make a miss poke, which it looks like that he might. Alright, so he's going to continue backing on up. Alright, nice one. And, oh, not able to get that second one out. But that is totally alright. We're going to wait for the 57 Heavy to poke on out once again. Just low rolls, but that is totally fine. At least we still get another solid chunker into the top of his turret. Alright, now all that's left are the remaining enemies over here. The 57 Heavy, the 26A version 4, and the VK72. Alright, 26A version 4 fires, but I'm not really... Alright, so we're just going to mosey on around towards him. Alright, we're going to get the finishing clear into you. Mosey on up towards this guy right here, and get a nice tap for 302, and he does end up bouncing us in the process. That upper plate can be slightly troll at times, I should also mention as well. You saw that we managed to get a bounce right there using our maneuverability and agility factors to get that, to get away with it for the most part. But it really just goes to show that the Murat can be a slightly troll foe to face, along with a very deadly one if you do manage to hit both of the shells present in your clip. So that is another 4,000 damage game right there. Blocking 1,200, destroying 3 once again, and of course doing top on the team along with that in the second game in a row. So apart from my final thoughts about the Projet Murat, it is still a fairly deadly medium, considering the fact that you have a ton of great stats in order to get the job done. 14.49 second magazine reload time, a 2.4 second intra-clip reload time in between your shells, along with fairly solid pen, especially 345 on the premium. That's just enough to butter through the majority of spaced armor. However, for the heat shells going through spaced armor on the side of the tracks, like an E100, it's not really necessarily meant for that matter. It's mainly better if you do fire standard ammunition, as it does have more of a piercing effect effect when it goes through shells in that regards, along with 9 degrees of gun depression in order to be quite flexible over those ridge lines to outmatch the majority of other mediums that you come across. So hopefully you guys did end up enjoying today's video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to turn on those bell notifications while you're at it so you don't miss out on any new videos. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.